No intro?
You can do it. I only have to press some buttons.
Starting in the top right-hand side, playing as the red undeads, representing France, the coq sportif, quiche Lorraine, and all that good food, croissants, pain au chocolat, it's KraV. His opponents in the yellow, representing mouse sports, sauerkrauts, bratwurst, schnitzels, it is XlorD. And very different builds. As expected from KraV, it was a Crypt Altar opener for Cryptlord play. But XlorD actually opening with Crypt and Graveyard, meaning that he's going to rush for Fiends. And the first hero is TBD. I think it's going to be between a Death Knight, most likely, and maybe a Cryptlord first as well. Cryptlord Fiend, that would be interesting if you were to attempt that.
Yeah, Neo, it's your turn, by the way, bro.
What? Really? Oh,
It's me and you,
oh
dog.
damn! I thought okay. Today I was wrong. Ah, damn! I thought it's ruined you. Anyway, okay, yeah. Then of course, XlorD with the crit one. He's pulling a happy on KraV. This was kind of the situation we had in the summer quarterfinals, right? When everybody expected Happy to play a DK, and then he pulled out the Cryptlord, and now all of a sudden everybody expected XlorD to pull the DK, and it is a Cryptlord. Might just be map specific.
Yeah. I mean, if you're XlorD here and you're facing KraV, you know it's going to be a Cryptlord fast expand. So he's had time to think about, theorize how he was going to try and counter that. And his answer is to open with Fiends. Oh. So instead of playing with Ghouls, he's playing with a range unit that can do a lot of damage onto Ghouls. The real danger is going to be that he's not going to have Death Coil to work with. So he's not going to be able to heal his Fiends. So he needs to prevent surrounds. But he's gonna have Impel, right? Because he's gonna creep. So if you can have Impel against a lot of Ghouls and you can target him down with Fiends and you just dodge the surrounds, you might be able to do really well, but I don't know what's his plan on how to counter that expansion from KraV. Does he counter expand after creeping level 2? Does he do a push at some point? Like, he has to know it's an expansion from KraV. Everybody knew that before the match was even gonna start.
Yeah, they had a lot of time to figure this out, so XlorD will have a very good game plan in mind for KraV. It's rather standard. Wonder when he will push, when he will expand. We have seen this unbelievable undead mirror between Happy and Vortex here on this very map. Also with two different builds, I guess. So this could be a crazy tug of war, especially over the Goblin Merchant. Heal scrolls, not so important, but invo potions for sure. Maybe even a staff early. Watch awards, very nice. Both with a different focus. XlorD going for the top for the Ogre Magi. KraV expecting an expansion, wants to push it, but he doesn't find anything.
Yeah, upon showing up here, this expansion, he's gonna clear it. He has a sentry ward, so it's nice to leave that there. He's gonna know that right now. What?
No.
No, he's not gonna start the golden. What?
What?
He expands on the other side. Imagine XlorD's shock when he's gonna go to KraV's Expo.
And there's nothing here. KraV, he is just so unbelievable sometimes. But yeah,
okay, this is ridiculous.
I've never seen this before. This must be the biggest WTF moment in the past couple of weeks.
Do you think, like, there's no way XlorD can realize what's happening, like, right this moment? Because he saw an Acolyte at the Expo of KraV.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, he just didn't start the Expo, maybe tech. But if he goes into the main base of KraV, which he should in a second, you would see the lack of tech. That's why KraV is gonna force a counter Town Portal.
And he won't see it. He won't see it, right? He has to TP before he had any vision.
But the thing is, he might go to his Expo eventually to creep it and see that there is an Expo.
1 point, true. Big battle in the bases here, both level 3. Right clicks of KraV are amazing, of course, but so are the right clicks of the Fiends. The Ghouls are suffering at the hands of them, and the Beetles of XlorD are superior. Did that buy enough time?
XlorD lost 0 Acolytes. I think this is pretty bad for KraV because he lost a lot of Beetles and Ghouls here.
Yeah.
And now he took the Expo that's close to his opponent. And this Necropolis above the Expo, by the way, there's going to be Blight going up. So it feels like XlorD is super likely to realize soon that it's there and there's just no defense.
There's no tower. He never went for the tower. And XlorD will have more fiends and can easily go back to his base and heal at least a little. KraV trying to create some space between the Expo and XlorD. How long can he keep this up?
Dude, he needs to stay here. KraV should consider that if XlorD goes down and sees this Expo, he's lost. So he needs to stay here all the time and keep him busy. Maybe even run towards his main base, like stay close to him. Oh, nice demining of the sentry ward in the main base by XlorD. He realized that was planted down, so he bought dust just for that. And look at his KraV hitting the main base. He's trying to make sure XlorD doesn't realize there's an Expo down there. If he could get a whole bunch of towers, that Expo would be safe.
Yeah, how many does he actually need? Like one Ziggurat is finishing, but he still has to upgrade. KraV with a very nice game plan. Let's see for how long it works. XlorD is still confused. He sends beetles to the bottom right. Ooh, be careful. There we go. Impel on the units. Gets 2 ghouls once again. Good block by XlorD.
4 mana behind this. Beetles on the other side working on that Expo. XlorD must be so confused. He scouts the main base with a skeleton of KraV. And he sees the delay tech. He might be able to realize, but he doesn't feel like he is right now.
He could send a skeleton or a beetle to the south, but now he's turning around. He might make a pit stop at the shop, and then he can decide to go to the bottom left. Either, like, normally he could creep that, or just, in this case, attack.
The KraV didn't even morph a tower at his Expo.
What? Oh, wow.
He's like, it's safe. He doesn't know. This guy has no idea. I'm running circles around him. It's going for the altar now.
Can he prevent something? No, the DK is too far progress into the Cryptlord is here.
He forces staff, that's cool. Might have been worried that he was a town portal for a second. He might just keep, like, just stay there. You got an Expo, he doesn't. Just stay there the whole time. He's mining so much more right now. Altara was remade a little bit late, so he's not able to tech to tier 3 yet. But the longer this goes on and that Expo is up, the better it's going to be for KraV.
Yeah, just by... What? He must know now. KraV prevents the slaughterhouse. Now the impale. Oh, misses the surround. Not too easy with fiends, but that was kind of an invite for it. Again, ghouls lost, but time bought. And now
Beetles.
there's a Nerup.
Yeah, Beetles on the other side. I feel like there is no way XlorD doesn't know. Yeah, he's starting to move down. He probably looked inside of KraV's main base. He's like, wait, you don't have Expo?
Yeah.
You only tier 2? You got to creep? What is this? Oh, I know what you did. And XlorD was one of the guys that did that a while back. I remember when he played against Blades. His Expo got pushed and he countered the Expo on Blades side of the map. That was on Last Refuge. So he knows about that little bit of, you know, musical chair, musical expansions. Or like you trade one, you take the opponents. But now there's the second tower going up. On this side, ooh, he goes for the Impel. He's trying to go for the Death Knight? No way.
Wait a minute, XlorD counter surround is good. KraV is going for gargoyles, and I'm not too sure if I like it. Fiends are the perfect counter. There will be a Lich very, very soon. The damage is just going to be too good, and you can't really prevent the Fiends of being in range of the Gargs all the time.
They're the perfect counter if you know about them. I don't see XlorD going for web anytime soon.
It's a fast upgrade, though.
Yeah. I wonder what, like, I think KraV is supposed to stay active, but right now he's only got one single creep lord on the other side of the map, and now XlorD is gonna start pushing that Expo. He's gonna scroll the beast. Ooh, that's huge.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's so much more damage on the Fiends. Starting to push this Expo now. KraV, can you get ready? Are you ready? This is just 44 supply at the moment. More and more damage onto that DK, but there's a level up. There's the aura. There's regen. XlorD seems like he's stabilizing now that he knows.
KraV needs to repair. It's only a couple more weeks of that repair rate. Enjoy it while you can. Beetle's putting in work though. And he still hasn't used the Scroll of the Beast. Death Knight went home, bought Orb. He's bringing that back to his Crypt Lord. Double Ziggurats were made actually. XlorD got supply block big time, so he just panicked and made 2.
Burrow now. DK comes in. Little hurt, but no impale and no other units here. He's still trying to power creep his DK. There's no TP, there's no staff though, so it's just the Crypt Lord holding this, plus the towers, of course.
I wonder if KraV maybe should unsummon. He's already mined a lot from that Expo. He can't defend it anyway, I think. It doesn't look like he has any plan of buying a town portal on his Death Knight and coming with the rest of the army. I think if he would just unsummon, not get stubborn, it might be better. Then he can just re-expand on his side of the map, and then XlorD starts If he was to take this expo, he would start with a lot less gold than there is on the other side of the map. Ooh, the Death Knight of KraV. Oh my god.
Okay, gotta be careful.
Oh, he got bashed. No. No.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god. Jeez. KraV maybe losing track of this game a little. As XlorD is pushing forward, the towers are gone. KraV is supply stuck. Even though he mined a bit. He's at 500 gold. Fine, but he can't produce anymore.
He made a sacrificial pit. He's gonna go boneyard. Get out of here.
What's his game plan? Ultimate confusion?
Yeah. You ever watch Better Call Saul? Like there's like a scene where he sees like a flying balloon outside and then he decides to model all of his suits after that to try and get fired from his job. This is what this reminds me of. KraV was outside today, he saw a bunch of flying balloons and he's like, that's gonna be my playstyle from now.
Maybe if you see flying balloons outside, you should worry about other stuff, but alright. Claws plus 9 for the Lich now, plus a mana potion. Beetles take care of this expo. And what? Like, okay, he builds 2 ziggurats. He can get 1, 2, maybe 3 worms. Can he even support that? Not too sure. And there's Web now.
Dude, this Death Knight actually crept a lot of KraV. He didn't just sit around and do nothing. Now he's trying to level the KraV, get closer to level 4. XlorD with a single beetle burrowed at the expo. If KraV had done some on that expo, I actually think he would have gotten so much economy back from it. He's getting frenzy now, Lich on the way. Actually, he can't start Frostworm, otherwise he'd go over no upkeep. Maybe sacrifice 1 gold would be okay. And that creep lord of XlorD, oh my god, he's almost 5. Impel level 3 against any sort of ground army is always amazing.
Yeah, KraV was creeping a lot on his DK, but the XP lead is definitely in XlorD's favor. Close to level 5, got level 3 here. Lich almost gets level 2. Whoa, that was a good creep spot for XlorD. He also scouts constantly if there's another expansion by KraV, which there's not. We're both at 50 at the moment, and still not a single worm in production. Oh, we got the Temple of the Damned as well. XlorD's gonna be so ready for this.
Yeah, he's getting a Banshee Adept training. Imagine if he steals a Frostworm.
Does that even work? Or is it too high level?
Can't steal air.
Can't steal air. See,
I thought you can.
You can with charm, but not with Banshee.
Yeah. Okay, KraV should sit. I mean, the problem of KraV is that he's playing without statues. I think 1 single slaughterhouse and even 1 single statue would be amazing here to replenish hit points and mana. Like, this Crypt Lord without any mana kind of makes me sad right now. But...
Well, I think KraV has multiple problems. Playing air against one of the best anti-air in the game, being a little out-leveled, with his expansion failing, but an X-Factor might be the Lich, indeed. Plus 23.
A Lich level 1 that hits like a truck. Why not? I guess he's gonna save gold for a while. He does have stone form. That shade is perfect, by the way. I wonder... There is multiple dusts on XlorD. Imagine if he dusts randomly. He might be able to realize that this is there. I don't know if he scouted the sacrificial pit, but yeah, he dusts.
Wow.
And he kills that shade.
The information is given away, though. He knows the army composition, he knows upgrades, he knows inventory, he knows hero levels. And of course, he knows that XlorD is in his base, so that's an invo potion for the DK.
That Scroll of the Beast is gonna be insane. Like, the bigger supply we go into, the better it's gonna be. It's gonna affect everything. Fiends already have +1 for XlorD. And he broke upkeep.
Yeah, 60 supply.
KraV seeing this, actually, like, this could be pretty good for him. Just sit at home, wait for XlorD to move out, then you break upkeep. He's gonna have so much more gold from that.
He's rebuilding 2 ziggurats, so he will be able to start production. Waiting for the next round of items here. He's just camping at the marketplace, hoping for more claws.
It's funny, they both have beetles burrowed at the opponent's expansion. Spy games. It's the Cold War on the XlorD. But is that +3 attack? Yes, it's +3 attack for KraV.
Wow. Or the worms will hit so hard. If they are in range of important stuff.
Dude, with Impel, like, you disable the Death Knight for a while, he's gonna just melt those fiends, ideally.
Could potentially work, but if XlorD gets more time for more Banshees, then how to do real damage?
It's a bit weird, like KraV, he stayed on 50 a long time, but he still doesn't have a ton of gold. I guess he did shop quite a bit for his Lich.
Yeah.
But now he's starting to build up the economy. 1100 golds. He's got the perfectly placed shades. As soon as he sees XlorD move out, that's when you break upkeep. That's the thing. In Warcraft 3, the units produce very quickly. XlorD at Death Knight, living a dangerous life. Was trying to go to the shop to buy something, but not going to be able to. And now he sees the move out, and KraV should break upkeep immediately. There it is. Gargoyles, Frostworm. Ideally, I think he should try and get 2 Frostworms.
They don't produce too fast, but yeah, that throws me back to XlorD versus Fly at WGL when XlorD had 2,000 gold in his base while being pushed, and he wanted to squeeze out the last bits of gold to have the advantage, and it worked so well. Can't allow the heroes to get focused, though. That Impale was good. The Lich in trouble, catches a coil. There is level 2. There's still an Imbo potion that he could swap, and he's buying more time for more units. KraV at 60.
Yeah, KraV's doing a good job trying to buy a little bit of time here. And this Frostworm's about to be out. He definitely, I think... Oh, he's got Scroll the Beast as well, actually. Oh, did he buy that from the merchant? He might have.
On the worms, it's gonna be insane. 1-0 upgrades only for XlorD. Of course, he had the depth upgrade on the Banshees. Okay, KraV, can you queue one more? No, he supply stuck now. He has to fight with 62 supply. The Impales could be good. Was alright. When will he move in? When is the time?
I don't think he should have used that, because now he's out of mana. And he has no statue again to replenish that. And like also he impelled the army, but then the statues just and Unholy Aura regen correctly.
Maybe he wanted to break the anti-magic. Not too sure about that. He has gold for items, about 400. Only 1 worm though. Still close to 5 KripLord.
What did he just sell? He sold something. KraV, I think it's time. 75 supply for the lords. 1-1 upgrades only though.
The patience. Is he waiting for another mana potion maybe? What's he waiting for? He got a heal scroll. No production anymore, but it doesn't really matter since he's supply blocked anyway.
I think he wanted multiple scrolls. He's got 2 now. Here we go. A bit hesitant still.
KripLord is the big difference in heroes. The army is of course completely different. So we'll see how to engage this.
XlorD not only has full mana on his KripLord, he also has a mana potion, and he's like very few units or experience from level 5.
Frostworm is not cursed. Just a few Gargs. KraV wants the best angle. This is one fight and then it's all over.
75 supply to 62. KraV still being very hesitant. He's waiting for XlorD to move in a bad position, but every time KraV was moving in, XlorD pulled back a little bit. Now he's killed a lot of these production facilities, the crypt in particular. He just pulls back. He's like, okay, I've done enough damage. You want to camp, I'll take expansion.
That's typical XlorD play. Very, very smart. Rarely overcommitting. He knows by now how strong this undead base can be. He either falls back into his own base and lets the opponent come to his side when he gets over-eager. But he's not fighting into undead bases anymore since he lost to Happy in Stay at Home Story Cup.
I'm really surprised not to see XlorDs go for more upgrades though. Just 1-in-1 on that many fiends.
Yeah.
It's not super expensive to get like +2 attack. He's got the gold for it. He's staying on 75 right now. Those beetles trying to cancel the expo of XlorD, but in vain. Even the Acolyte is headbutting here and there, doing what he can. He's playing his part.
Yeah, he doesn't just want to stand on the sidelines and let his brothers do the work.
Dude, this Lich level 1. +23.
Average.
You're at the movies and this Lich smacks your girl's ass. What do you do?
Well, at least I'm not wearing a skirt to the movies, so I have that for me.
Okay, KraV, what's the plan? There's not much gold left inside of the main bases. That's why I really like that choice of XlorD not to make a lot of extra acolytes. Actually, he is now. He definitely could wait for that to mine out. I don't think you should make 5, definitely. But maybe he plans on double expanding. He's like, you want to play expanding games against me?
Yeah.
I'll take yours.
You want to fool me in the early, I'm going to completely dominate you in the late. That might be the case here.
I think KraV mined about 2,000 gold from that expo of XlorD. But then he lost all of the buildings without unsummoning any.
That was pretty expensive.
Okay, second Frostworm is out. He already queued the third one. So KraV is like, well, you got 280, sure. I'm gonna get 280 too. And then we're gonna fight. But XlorD meets him.
The expansion was kind of expensive so far. So that's all stuff that didn't go into the army. As we pointed out, here was
I really like that XlorD's hero that's carrying the Scroll of the Beast is the Lich. Because the Lich usually will be more in the center of the army so that then it catches everything. Like if you look at KraV, it's on the Crypt Lords. If you only use it on your front line and you miss some of the units at the back, you don't get the same value out of the Scroll of the Beast. So I think XlorD's doing this a little better.
We'll see if that will have an effect. Of course, you really, really want to hit this Lich and these Frostworms. We're just waiting for the third one. Gotta be careful not to get webbed too early. A little bit of a bait.
Yeah, KraV has to wait for the third Frostworm. Dude, look at the damage. 96, 151.
Pretty slow attack speed though, but yeah, would love to see Frenzy on them. But that's a little too late for
Still
that.
attack faster than the Mountain King, last I checked. Okay, that's an exaggeration.
Protection scroll, heal scrolls. The inventory for KraV is crazy good. But on paper, the Fiend's Banshee army should dominate this.
Alright, there it is. The third Frostworm is about to rejoin the rest of the army. And it's gonna be go time.
KraV putting everything in one basket. In the Frostworm basket.
Triple healing scroll is so good to have here for KraV, but I think he just doesn't have that many ghouls to fight on the ground with. Let's see how much anti-magic shell can do here with all of those banshees. Obviously everything's gonna be cursed as well. KraV's still a little bit hesitant. I'm so surprised. I would have thought that by now he would have attacked. He keeps going left, right. I think he's trying to catch XlorD out of position.
The curse is so good, by the way, because there's no dispel. You can't get rid of it. It lasts forever. The damage mitigation is surreal. The Banshees, if they reach, they will do a wonderful, wonderful job.
Okay, the Shade actually finally detected that beetle here. He got rid of that. Why is KraV not attacking? He might just expand. He's like, maybe he doesn't want to fight on Blight because this benefits more XlorD.
And there's towers. And reinforcements are faster. So he can... Once he loses a unit, he can immediately reproduce, get still in the fight. He sends an Acolyte, but XlorD knows.
It's been a long standoff in this game. And now that KraV tries to expand, there's a beetle there from XlorD preventing that. I think KraV's gonna go. Alright.
Okay, backstab. Here's the Nova trying to get rid of that anti-magic immediately. Scroll protection popped and Scroll the Beast popped. Did he hit the Frostworms? He absolutely did. Plus 31. Trying to aim the statues. Oh my god! The damage didn't really hit here for some reason. The misses from the curse. Oh boy, that impale. All the fiends high up in the air. But for how much longer? Feels like KraV is losing a little bit more. This anti-magic is doing so much. Frostworm number 1 down. Frostworm number 2 in focus fire. Another impale down. KraV down to 57. XlorD still super strong.
Yeah, he's trying to kill whatever he can here in the fight, but XlorD just has so much left over. He's got a shop in the back. He can coil a lot of his units. That Crypt Lord, that's insane. He impales the whole time. KraV down to just 2 Frostworms and his heroes. The Death Knight taking a lot of damage. He's not carrying a Town Hall. He's super committed to this.
He's absolutely all in. Goes for the Crypt Lord. There's one more coil. Doesn't hit the first hero. Another stun. Both heroes could die at the same time if there's a Nova. DK, Invo Potion, last second. But the Crypt Lord has absolutely nothing but the coil. The last worm is down. And this must be game. XlorD is losing a couple of units, but KraV is losing absolutely everything. The worms didn't help. Win goes to XlorD.
All right. One crazy big fight towards the end. Dude, I know these situations where you're fighting against mass Frostworms, everything flies in, scrolls being popped, webs everywhere. So chaotic. But those Banshees, man, showing how strong they can be. Anti-magic in the late game against the nuke, just so powerful. Fiend Banshee armies, normally always the strongest thing you can have. And that is shown here once more. KraV didn't find the opening that he was looking for. XlorD takes the lead.
And I feel I don't know if XlorD was going Banshees because he necessarily thought that it was going to be Frost Rooms. Probably not, but it worked out perfect. He's getting anti-magic shell against a magic attack unit.
Yeah. I guess that was a hard counter for a long time, and KraV didn't find an answer. Maybe things will look a little different on map 2 that we start in 3 minutes. Back at DreamHack Fall with the third quarterfinal. XlorD took the lead. KraV with very, very interesting strategies. Remo, what did you think of his cross-map expansion?
Really cool. Kind of a typical KraV game. You know, he makes the game crazy and is normally very good at knowing what to sacrifice, where to look for economic advantage and economic damage, and many others can't adjust so well to that style, but XlorD seemed to have all the answers, played a Cryptlord Fiend opening. But this is only the beginning of the series. As KraV said, first game doesn't even matter. Let's go.
Okay, if you say so, we're loading into Last Refuge. Alrighty, in the bottom left and the red for France, it is the champ. It's KraV. And in the upper right with a 1-0 lead for Mousesports, the German Meister, it's XlorD.
Is it Die Meister or Der Meister?
Der Meister.
Alright, KraV opened with an Altar Ziggurat build here. So usually Death Knight, maybe Lich. Would be cool to see him bring out the Lich.
What?
Cryptlord.
What is this?
So fast hero creep lord, maybe for a little bit of creeping, and then he would delay the expansion, but have a higher level creep lord to work with. If he thinks that there is a high chance that XlorD is gonna go for Death Knight and try and harass him, it actually makes sense to go for a creep lord very quickly. Oh, he drops a graveyard.
Graveyard. That's Ted Fiends with the Crypt Lord.
And so from there, it's gonna be known that this is the KraV build if it works. Just like Ted Fiends.
For sure.
It's not Ted Fiends, it's KraV Fiends.
The KraV, the KraV Lord Fiends,
Meaning
exactly.
that there's the creep lord, yeah.
XlorD goes back to DK with normal Ted Fiends with the DK here. This is
Yeah,
what
this
he's been
map-
playing a lot, also with the Dark Ranger second most of the time.
Yeah, we've seen the effectiveness of that when pushing an expansion on this map with the Dark Ranger second. It's very hard to hold on if you're the Ghoul player. Backpack being researched early here from XlorD and from KraV. So they're already thinking about those additional roads of necromancy without having to go back home.
There's
XlorD
no...
scouts the quick creep lord who's on his own. There's no ghouls
Yeah.
with him now.
And KraV has no skull, keeps his TP, only goes for beetles so far. Oh, there's already in a fire. I don't think he can go for the green. If yes, he will be... Wait. He's just contesting the middle.
This is awkward. Another
Okay.
stand-up fish game.
There's a graveyard in XlorD's base, so he can go for more beetles, more skeletons if he steals the corpses from that graveyard. That could be a lot of pressure. Is he banking on the fact that he is delaying the tech? XlorD playing this very careful, not teching here, goes for another Ziggurat. He's switching it up.
And yeah, KraV is the one that teched quicker now.
Yeah.
This is so weird. He's getting his first Fiend now. Remember, he has backpack, so KraV can bring that as soon as the Fiend's out. But he hasn't even used much of that Road of Necromancy either. He's still got 3 charges.
Okay, he forced the second Zig off of XlorD. He delayed the tech by a good chunk. And maybe that's all he wanted for now.
I guess the advantage that you have is that obviously, like, if you're KraV, the opponent has Death Coil, but you have a lot of beetles and skeletons. So maybe the plan is to creep small camps that have Ensnare. There's so many of them on this map, actually, like all the ones in the start, all the small green ones, the expansion as well, and then maybe try to make it so that creep fiends get ensnared. If that were to happen and he can get a surround and kill 1 or 2 fiends, that'd be amazing for him.
Especially here in the triangle expansion.
Oh my god, he just hit from the skeleton. KraV, he's planning something. Don't tell me he's gonna expand on his expo again. That's absurd.
It's absolutely crazy what KraV is doing. I've never seen this before, but it feels well thought out. Like, his movement seems like there's a reason behind it. He knew that the skeleton would be scouting, he dodges it, he steals camps away. Question is, what's the follow-up?
XlorD is so confused right now. And with what happened last game, I wouldn't be surprised if he checked his expo earlier this time around. But yeah, it's not an expansion. I mean, KraV did tech. He's leaving the fiends at home, maybe in case he gets counter-attacked. There's no Nerubian just yet. KraV actually working with a lot of gold right now. Definitely needs to spend that on at least one more Ziggurat.
Oh yeah, can sacrifice an Acolyte, and then he's at 25.
He never
And then
brought
to
back
kill-
another roads. It's a little surprising.
And never brought a Fiend to the north. So he's sacrificing the Acolyte now. Wonder what the second hero is. And then I guess it's the rush tier 3.
Yeah.
With stolen experience
Super fast
at XlorD's side. So Lich will have a little bit of a tough time creeping. He's just rushing
he's-
tier 3.
He stole 2 camps away from XlorD, but XlorD kind of did the same on the other side. Fiend's being threatened. He's going to go for the Impel and Surround here. Can he get it? Yes. But the Death Knight is close enough for a Death Coil. But not going to be able to break that one out. Maybe.
Oh,
No.
close. There's another. Oh, there's no coil. Okay. Gets 2 spots and the Fiend. XlorD trying to get the TP out, but there's no threat, really. The camps of XlorD, you said it, there was 2 camps, but 1 not even done, just the item, and 1 was just the Shadow Priest. The camps of KraV were definitely bigger.
Yeah. And XlorD, because this was happening, wasn't macroing for a little bit, so it took him some time to start the Hall of the Dead and the Lich as well. So KraV is earlier on that. Now he's got Death Knight, Slaughterhouse on the way, double Zig. Definitely didn't macro the best around the ziggurats, but at least he got the tier 3, super fast tier 3.
Very important creep spot here. This is a bigger mana that can decide games. Scroll of the Beast as well, very good. We see the Scroll of the Beast for KraV. We see the Scroll of the Beast for XlorD. There's gonna be some high damage fights over there.
Yeah, and when I look at the items on KraV's KripLord, when he finally gives that to the Lich, we're gonna be seeing another one of those very scary Lich at the back.
He's picking up the
Helping
tome.
quite a bit.
XlorD is scouting for expansions. He seems very unsure of what's happening. And it feels like KraV wants to show the world that he can play Fiends as well.
Even check the red cap.
He checked everything. Like with KraV, you can never know. You can never know. Maybe he figured out a way to use like a couple of beetles and skeletons and creep, just like Insub did on Northern Isles.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, Beetles level 2 are there now. Ooh, he's zoning out the Death Knight. Okay. Careful not to lose any Fiends here. It's Sky level 2 against Sky level 1, but the Death Knight of XlorD is not working with that much mana. But neither is the KripLord of KraV. He doesn't have a single Impel, so he's gonna have to get out.
I guess it's fine. Still waiting for the tier 3, which is faster, and then he could maybe hit a power spike with Destroyers and Orb and Lich.
Yeah, we got Burrow on the way here for KraV. He's gonna wanna play with that, especially not having Unholy Aura just yet, even though he's pretty close to it.
A player's forces are
Damn, XlorD is getting sandwiched by the Crips here.
It's not an easy situation for the German, that's for sure. Also no Impale, one more set of Beetles. He's draining some HP, he's draining some mana. Whoopsie, Perch right away. That wasn't intentional.
He caught the Beetle.
Yeah.
Okay, Lich on the way now for KraV. It's like more than halfway through done. The tier 3 is only now finishing for XlorD. KraV's got a slight supply lead if he just buys Orb immediately and comes and fights. And somehow XlorD doesn't realize this is happening and takes the fight. He will be in big trouble, I think. Even though there is no Impel.
I think that is the game plan. Must be the game plan. Wait, did he steal that?
I don't think so.
I do think so. Not too
That's a
sure.
lot of skeletons, oh my god.
Summoner's War, ladies and gentlemen, here on Last Refuge. Lich is coming through the middle. Might be intercepted and greeted with a Nova, or come in as a surprise.
Okay, Lich is here. He
With
also
a-
got a mana potion on that Lich.
Oh, real nice. I will give him another Impale. This could be huge. Silence as well. But on KraV. So third
He has
hero
Sentry
here.
Words, actually. On the other side, yeah, we went for Dark Ranger. The Orb was bought on actually, no, wait, hasn't he bought it yet? I thought he bought it on the Fiend, but instead he bought Dark Ranger, since he's less rich.
I feel this could have been way worse for XlorD here. This Dark Ranger silence save prevented an Impale, prevented Nova, pretty much saved the
Dust.
retreat.
I think he heard the Sentry Word. Would be worth it to Dust here to demine that. But yeah, double statue now for KraV. He can replenish a lot of mana.
And
And
he has the
it's-
potion still. And he has the scroll still.
Oh, yes, Destroy earlier.
Impale. Is he aiming for a hero right away? He is. I think that's a little ambitious. DK has full mana. There's no silence. And XlorD feels very comfortable sitting in his base now.
There's still that mana potion on the KripLord. XlorD needs to be aware of that, because there's always the threat of that instantaneous Impale that you didn't expect. Which can be very bad if you don't.
XlorD goes web. We'll have a counter to the destroyers soon, and I think there's nothing to gain here for KraV. Should rather retreat. Power creep.
a player's forces are under attack.
With good dispels, the Dark Ranger isn't too powerful.
Or the Crips.
Get involved again. They're like the third party here in this game.
So pesky and annoying.
They definitely have a supply lead with 162. Just need to work on their coordination.
Ooh, XlorD has some Fiends that are too far at the front here. They're getting impaled. KraV's Destroyer gets webbed here, but he's not actually targeting that just yet. Okay, there it is.
There's still so many coils for KraV. Only level 1. But if he retreats in time, the army should always have full HP. The only thing that suffers at the moment is like summons, which is totally fine. It's a... They're crawling towards higher levels. but really not that fast. A little bit
Oh
of
my God.
snails, but the decay! Can he get him? That's a TP for sure. Can turn around, goes for the Fiend. Is there a Nova? Is there something? Good control, I guess. And only
I think he was
beat-
about to Nova and got silenced, by the way.
Ah, sick.
Sick.
This Dark Ranger, man. Such a savior.
XlorD just gonna pull that camp. He's on his side of the map. He's sitting on Blight a lot of the time here, so this is regen-wise a little bit better for him. But yeah, KraV, Temple of the Damned, Ziggurat. We got a Temple as well from XlorD. He's gonna target the Death Knight again.
I like that he's constantly stealing the Invo potions. He has 2 already. So he can live with the focus on the DK. If things get dicey, boom, pop the potion. XlorD can't go for any invos right now. And I think KraV is committing to this Ogre, which gives him the item and, of course, a bunch of experience. Big experience goes to XlorD, but he steals it and will probably TP out. It is so worth it because it's a Mana Stone.
Who's there? It's over, Anakin. Have the high ground. XlorD does like a double somersault. It's good enough.
Can't do that without a player cam.
All right, he's going for it.
No mana for an
On the low
impact.
ground, there's 2 statues.
The Cryptid at the moment a little bit useless. Scroll the Beast, he really wants this fight. Okay, consumes the Mana Stone. That might have come as a little bit of a surprise. Silence wears off. Can he save the Destroyer? No. Falls. XlorD with a big hit. Wanted to burrow. Didn't really work. And the focus fire by KraV is pretty damn good. Also the Beetle control there. All that melee is nice. XlorD in trouble with the Lich. Getting impaled, but the coil is there. Missed that one. Invo potion on the Lich here. Focus fire. XlorD is coming back into this, I feel. KraV again down by 10 supply. There is no coil is there. Lich falls as well. One fight and XlorD owns.
Yeah, I don't know if he was silenced or if he was on cooldown, but there was no coil attempt there. KraV a little bit less smooth with the micro, and XlorD is showing us why he was able to defeat Happy. He's just not a Meister at the game, but a Meister also at Undead Mirror.
KraV has the strats, but XlorD has the micro. And it seems like in the fights, XlorD is a level above. And the strats are not good enough yet to give him the advantage he needs. I think engaging there was a mistake. He could have TP'd, get his own lab, get the Merc, and then fight.
Yeah, he could have just sat there and kept up with the standoff a little bit longer. It's just like the position that he was in as soon as he came down, the ramp was like really bad. Like stuff was like blocking one another, like the units were not in an ideal position. It wasn't smooth.
Okay, maybe he can get a little bit of revenge, but the Mana Stone is gone. No potion. KraV wanted to creep him himself, but XlorD is already here. Level 3 for the Lich. Very, very important levels here for the German. He's about to close this out. KraV back at 48. Is that enough, though? Oh, 51, actually. 53. Goes all in. KraV is in trouble. Might be forced into a TP if he realizes this. The silences are absolutely on point all the time. His Impales don't cut it. He gets a couple of Fiends. Good burrows by KraV now, but dies in the end. Kind of curious that he keeps the Cryptid alive, who is very tanky, but could just force him away.
Yeah, the silence that helps so much. The Cryptid getting targeted now. He's just gonna Town Portal. Death Knight taking a lot of damage. He has the Invuln, chooses to use it to be safe. And that Lich is out of there. That Lich was almost gonna go into XlorD's main here for a second.
Oh, the Fiends here. Can he stop him? That was a disaster for KraV. The Dark Ranger is really fast. All this agility. Reveal. That's a statue. That's a Fiend. That's 10 supply lost at the end of the fight, and also 4 3/3 heroes. This seems at this point unwinnable for KraV.
Yeah, he needs like a perfect fight. Can't even really afford Banshees right now. XlorD, he's the captain now. He's in charge. He's
Yeah.
the one creeping the side of the map of KraV.
He's snowballing.
Not much KraV can do about it. I think he has to fight though. Oh, anti-magic shell.
It's an 800 XP lead by now. XlorD is snowballing hardcore. And he knows. Going for an expansion. Another big brawl in the middle. This time KraV gets the last hit. Not too sure got the item. Oh, Zombie Mask also for KraV. Not too bad.
Could be useful, but his army is just not as solid right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, KraV has +3 attack on his fiends. I can just do +1.
Holy shit.
Disengage! Buy some time.
Yeah,
He
he
shouldn't be fighting.
needs more. He needs more. Skeletons are real big for XlorD now as well. Really hard to get the Destroyer out because XlorD has a good amount of fiends still.
Okay, Death Knight is 3 now for KraV. He needs to coil before Silence comes in. I think sometimes he's been waiting a little too long with that. The problem is that every time he makes a Destroyer, XlorD perfectly webs and then targets it, but now it's in a tight chokehold, so it's going to pull back a little bit. Whoever crosses, you know, let's imagine there is a line here just right above where there's the water. Whoever crosses that is always at a slight disadvantage. And KraV is crossing it right now.
Yeah. Oh boy. Big Nova in the back again. KraV is not close to 5. He got 4 at least for bigger impales. And the Silly Mask is indeed helping. Is he trying to force the TP? Is there even a TP? Yes, there is.
There's another dust ready. There's going to be another fiend falling here.
Yeah, but this is...
XlorD always just slightly better with the micro in those fights.
Exactly. I was about to say the same thing. Like, this is where he feels comfortable. Straight up fights, even supply. He always has an advantage just because he's XlorD.
KraV doing what he can. He's hanging in there. He's got great upgrades, but he just can't fight effectively. Destroyer gets webbed again. He has 1 coil left, and that's if he doesn't get silenced. Transfers the invul to the Death Knight. He knows that's going to be targeted.
Okay, needs it soon. Gets it now. Potential for some fiend kills, but the burrows are there. The dust is not. Invul almost over. If the Lich gets another Nova and is so close to level 4, you know what that means. Dark Ritual, eat your skeletons! And he finds the surround on the Crypt Lord. That's game! GG by KraV. XlorD takes the 2-0.
Very strong late game there by XlorD, showing how solid he is once he finally has his army online. But there was a cool build by KraV that we never really see. He got tier 3 faster, the Lich came out with the orb. He got that fiend kill right there, and I think then KraV made the big mistake. Why does he keep on being aggressive? Why doesn't he just creep up? LR, so many creeps to go around. After that kill, he can take the enemy merc camp, go to the red, creep the red on the left, go back to the main, maybe, take out the lab there, and then his own merc. He could have gotten so much experience. The triple hero of KraV is stronger in the super late game than XlorD. The Dark Ranger will fall off at some point. I feel like KraV gave quite a bit away here, but still, he kept it close, but in the end, it's the Meister winning the game.
I feel the same. A little bit of decision making, maybe experience missing for KraV. He will definitely learn from this. It's once again his map choice now. It's a big one. It's Twisted Meadows. And we take a little bit of a rest. And then we load in match points for the Lord. We're back. 3 match points for the Meister. Third undead in the semis guaranteed after Happy and Vortex. And Todd, I know you have a couple of questions for Remo throughout this tournament. Is there one you have for Remo right now? Regarding his coaching career or something?
Yeah, Remo.
Huh?
You're in the gymnasium. You teleported back there. You got the tracksuit on, the headbands, the wristbands. And KraV is in there. Coach, what can I do?
Uh-huh.
What do you say?
Try your weird, wacky stuff. That's usually pretty good. But if you get into an even position or even a slightly ahead position, don't be over-aggressive. Don't try to finish off the game early. You got the Lich, you got the KraV. Just take it late. This is the perfect map. Get the levels, get the items, get some pendants of mana. I want to see some level 3 Impale, some level 2 Novas. Make this go crazy, bro.
Damn, I love the motivation in your voice as well.
Remo is pretty good at what he does. So let's load in Twisted Meadows. Here we are. XlorD having a pretty good time, but the early games are really, really, really challenging because KraV comes prepared with weirdness. Crazy KraV. What will he show us here now?
Yeah, so far solid play has been better than the weird style of KraV. Especially in that game too, like XlorD's just far better, it feels like micro-wise in those fights. I really question... Oh my god, by the way, there's so many critters next to that Acolyte. What the hell of KraV? There's 3 pigs. What is this, a farm?
Yeah, some
swine farm?
bacon tonight.
He's gonna make a couple currywurst and offer them to XlorD for mercy or what? But yeah, I have to wonder how well would KraV play if he was to actually play on the desktop. You know, it can't be easy to play on the laptop without even an actual proper keyboard. It's like, you know, when you watch Lado play, you're like, for sure he could play better than this if he was actually playing on the desktop. It has to be a handicap to play on the couch. There's no way you would be able to play as well.
It's also his comfort zone. Maybe he will switch things up with the prize money he makes here. But so far, he's stuck with the laptop. And what will we get? We have, again, the KraV Fiends. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, this time... Yeah, I guess he opened fast KraV and then went into Graveyard. He's not going backpack this time around, though. Whereas XlorD is...
XlorD steals one of the corpses. I don't think that was KraV's play.
Thanks for those pigs, bruh.
Yeah, he wanted to get the 3rd corpse as well for 2 more beetles. This early game is already weakened. But of course, it's XlorD under pressure immediately.
Second Zig at the back of his base for XlorD, kind of weird. I guess
It's
you only
the
need the one main Zig anyway.
It's the same as on Last Refuge. He responds in the exact same way as he did before. And he steals the first skeleton from the graveyard. XlorD's doing a great job. He's so ready. And this time he attacks right in his face. He's not delaying it by too much. A little bit, yeah, thanks to the second Ziggurat. But I think he figured this out now.
Yeah, and I think because of the way last game played out, XlorD knows exactly what to expect. He expects a lot more of the same. I mean, it would be hard to do anything different. If you're KraV, you're just supposed to go for a lot of things. I was surprised last game that he took so long to rejoin his hero. With the Fiends.
Yeah, that's... maybe he wanted to keep him safe. Maybe he wanted to be ready for a counter-aggression or something, but yeah, hard to say. Definitely some damage missing. This time the Fiend makes it over, but gets a little bit intercepted, or at least XlorD knows that this is happening.
I really like the improvement on Twisted Meadows with like those small little camps. Now dropping a tome and being a little tougher so that they give a little bit more experience as well. Look at XlorD, he's headbutting the KraV with an Acolyte. What a guy!
He's more headbutting the butt of the KraV robot. There we go. And he suffers from it. Techs are finishing slowly. No one really close to level 2. What's the next big creep spot here? XlorD flirting with the Ogre Mage Eye.
I'm gonna do it. Maybe just for the item as well. If you do the whole camp and those skeletons run out, then it's gonna be hard without those skeletons taking a lot of damage. But he might even.
With coil,
Since-
should be good.
Yeah, he had backpack, so he brought new Rod of Necromancy, so he's got 3 charges left now. And yeah, he's just gonna get the item, then get out Mana Pendants. One of the best.
That's really good. KraV is doing the same thing with beetles, of course. Got a lot more recipients for this damage. Talisman, also good for a KraV. And XlorD is just moving into KraV's base, checking things out. Sees, okay, you're done with your tech. Alright, you don't have a narrow pier. Alright, I can siege you a little bit.
Tier 3 gonna start pretty quickly here after 3 Fiends. Yeah, he's on 30 out of 30, so this is pretty smooth build order here. Acolyte's under attack, needs to be careful. The Ziggurat actually, Nerubian was really delayed. Oh, he's gonna cancel his tech because he saw that he was gonna lose an Acolyte. That skeleton flank from the left side was amazing by XlorD. He blocked the Acolyte outside of the Ziggurat's area.
Feels like XlorD is not making too many mistakes this series, does he? So solid. Actually coiling a skeleton to have more uptime.
A player's force
And KraV only now ready for a counter push. You might get the slaughterhouse again, but that's it. I don't think XlorD will cancel the tech.
He's gonna counter attack with just a Crypt Lord and kill the slaughterhouse. Are you kidding me?
I guess it's fine though. The biggest advantage KraV had on Last Refuge was the early tier 3. And XlorD with this push equalized the tier 3 and even got ahead by a quarter, I think.
Yeah, that was really well done. And keep in mind, KraV didn't have much wood because he had to use his ghouls. So even his slaughterhouse is delayed now.
I like it. This is looking very good.
a player's force
The only advantage KraV has now is the slaughterhouse build time. Not even that. XlorD, like everything for XlorD is better.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different first hero, right? Like,
Yeah.
experience-wise, he's not doing as good. There's a little bit more on that Crypt Lord.
True.
But as we saw last game, it's not everything to have, like, slightly higher level beetles. I think what KraV really needs to improve here from last game is his micro in those big fights. Because XlorD was so much smoother. He always webbed the destroyers perfectly, targeted them down, and then once those were gone, it was much harder for KraV to keep on doing as well. Oh, flutes!
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, but it's easier said than done, I believe, because like to get on XlorD's level of micro, that's world class. There's not too many players who are on the level of XlorD. Usually KraV overwhelms with mass and with creativity, but it doesn't work to the XlorD cheese proof.
I go and creep the other merchant here, looking for another good item potentially. I mean, it's hard to get better than pendant and flutes. There's definitely some stuff that could help him out.
Devotion. Oh, Scourge Bone Chimes. Well, not really. Trade it for a heal scroll or something. Does KraV have to expand at some point on a map like this, on a big map like this? Trying a sneaky expansion?
If you get ahead and then you don't feel comfortable with attacking the opponent and fighting in their base, expanding can be good around when you get to 50 supply. But in this game, there is no indicator that, you know, he's doing really well or he's ahead. So I think maybe not for a while. And I think also if you do that and like XlorD does what he did on Echo, where like he just saves a bit of gold and then he goes to like 70, 75 supply with Banshees, he's just going to push you and kill you anyway. And then you're going to regret having gone for that Expo. So it would be risky. These items on the Crypt Lord, oh my god, he has evasion, he has a belt.
Yo, little bit of armor as well. Pretty good, but nothing really that helps him with damage. Maybe KraV was expecting another Temple of the Damned. He sent 5 beetles into the base, trying to cancel something. It was just nothing. They cause a little bit of trouble, but it's also first experience for the Dark Ranger. A little tiny bit of mining time, I guess.
Yeah, Lich is almost out for KraV. Usually it's always tempting as soon as you buy the orb to go for a fight straight away. He's gonna creep that camp here at the top, but there's no item left. In the meantime, we're collecting the item from the mercenary camp and the experience for XlorD, and I'm pretty sure that the red camp is next. So if KraV wants to prevent that, I highly doubt that he's gonna go on the other side of the map and try and engage. He might just go for the main base of XlorD. It just feels like the natural progression of the way he's been going clockwise right now.
It feels like...
And then force a TP, get out with your own TP or run away.
Absolutely. That was absolute key against the against Happy as well. And the scouting, like there's constant skeletons. Always. He knows the one way he will lose this map is by getting outmined with a secret expansion maybe somewhere. But he is sending skeletons to every single corner of this map. Constantly. It's really good. Ring of Protection +5. That's not so good, but it's a lot of experience, and XlorD is just moving more efficiently on the map.
Yeah, it's going to be some extra tanking potential. Web being researched now from KraV, by the way. It's almost finished. XlorD doesn't quite have it, I think, yet.
He's just going for the DK. He knows that there's no TP. Can he go for the shop for a potion or something? Counter Nova again. Silence. So good. No impale.
There's a greater healing. He shouldn't delay that too much. Death Knight is still silenced. Okay, coils at the last second onto that Lich. Another big impale here on top of everything, but the Death Knight of XlorD is at the back, safe from harm, and he can just coil whatever is being targeted down right now.
There's one more Nova very, very soon. Feels like he has to go for the DK. This seems very desperate by KraV. Pushing into the base against destroyers, against these heroes, misses the coil. GG! XlorD 3-0 semifinal.